Donald Trump decided to uphold his promise to Americans by continuing his deportation process, followed through with the new border czar, Tom Homan. Colin Rugg just posted this video from Fox News where a Haitian man says, F Trump, Biden forever. Then he gets arrested by ICE's elite Boston unit to be deported. This is the ultimate F around and find out. They also added this arrest was part of a Boston raid on the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens, as reported by Bill Melgen. Bill. Okay. I messed it up. Anyhow, Tom Homan says this is just the beginning. Let's go ahead and continue this.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Obama.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what border czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
Now, this is literally, like I said, Tom Homan and Donald Trump standing on business. Now, these people came in our country illegally under the with Biden, the Biden regime, under the false premises that they may be able to use them to somehow win in this previous election cycle. But it didn't work. And right now, we're just trying to clear out the roads for Americans, metaphorically, so that we can have better opportunities afforded to us. Our taxpayer dollars can be used in ways that can actually help aid us as opposed to these illegals with all of these natural disasters going on and no money being able to help, but they got money to be able to help all of these illegals and things of that nature. Come on, man. And if you call them undocumented, you are suspicious. That man saying F Trump, he loved Biden forever, something like that, and mentioning everything Obama did for him. Yeah, it's only because he's a criminal. You heard him. He's a criminal, and he don't want to go back and have to face justice for what he's done. Pathetic.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Mallusion, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question from me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal. The bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible. They're also going to use their State Department, now led by Marco Rubio, to put pressure on countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much when it comes to those deportations.
Bill, just two
They
two
better
points
get in
of
line.
clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with sex crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Good question.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel.
And that's word to Mayor Adams. That's word to Brandon Johnson over there in Chicago, who talking about they ain't gonna cooperate. All right, y'all finna F around and find out. Y'all about to find out.
That's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy. They picked him up because a sanctuary jurisdiction released the MS-13 guy. ICE found him and then found the guy he was in the apartment with. They found out he was an illegal alien as well. So now he's going to be deported too.
Wow.
Amazing,
Game
Bill
over.
Collision. Thank you so much. More to come on that.
Thank you, Bill.
Game over. The Biden legacy is gonna be something that's gonna be frowned upon and looked at as a benchmark or a chapter to never go back to in America in the future. I'm excited about these changes. I'm just happy that I'm getting what I voted for, amongst other things. Now, there are some things that we're going to talk about in other videos that we may not have got what we voted for, but that's not right now. Anyhow, George posted this today. Says that 1,500 military troops President Trump deployed to the border. I'm sorry, I'm reading too fast. Let me start over. The 1,500 military troops President Trump deployed to the border have arrived, and senior administration officials says this is just the start. The soldiers are reinforcing walls and building outposts to help them monitor any illegal entries. We are finally using our military to guard our own border instead of foreign countries thousands of miles away. Amen to that.
This morning, the first 1,500 U.S. troops are arriving at the southern border as President Donald Trump launches his long-promised crackdown on immigration. The active duty Army soldiers and Marines deployed to address what Trump declared is a national emergency. The Pentagon says the troops include military police units, combat engineers, and intelligence specialists who will aid with detection and monitoring. The military will also help construct new barriers along the border and provide air power for deportations. A senior defense official saying, "This is just the start. We are anticipating many further missions." This morning, the first...
we anticipating a lot more missions, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, there's a whole lot more missions that's gonna come about from this. Nick Sorter posted President Trump. This was actually 2 days ago, and when Trump Department of Homeland Security had fired the entire advisory committee, citing misuse of resources. Biden's DHS funneled billions to facilitating illegal immigrants. So this move is much needed. DHS is finally getting an overhaul right here. You can see January 20th. Oh, no, this was 3 days ago, actually, on the day that he got in there. Trump is not playing no games. He told y'all, F around and find out. Ian posted that Stephen Miller, Trump's deputy chief of staff, announced that Department of Justice will pursue criminal charges against anyone who harbors illegal aliens or obstructs ICE. This includes public officials and elected mayors and governors. So Boston, y'all better get together. Chicago, y'all better get together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better get together over there, you know what I mean? Newsom, you know what I'm saying? What we got going on, you know? Adams, right here, ABC News. Speaking of Chicago, literally broadcasting, telling illegal migrants to know their rights. And should ICE come knocking, don't open for ICE. Are you kidding me? Wow. Could these news anchors get fired for saying this type of stuff like this? Like, I really want to know.
Breaking news at this hour as well. President Trump now authorizing ICE to target schools and churches in its deportation raids. He is revoking a directive excluding arrests in so-called sensitive areas. Chicago's immigrant community on edge tonight as Michelle Gallardo reports. Activists and elected officials are canvassing neighborhoods, letting people know their rights should ICE come knocking.
Up and down Cermak Avenue today, business after business prominently displayed the same flyer. Don't open for ICE. Little Village business owners telling us it's the least they can do. People need to stick together, no matter their immigration status, says
so
Vasquez, who's owned this computer and phone repair shop for 9 years now.
I'm sorry. But the only right they got is just not to open the door. What about if the door get kicked in? Like, what is the right then?
A few blocks away at the Little Village Arch, a handful of activists braved the sub-zero wind chills to rally against the Trump administration's stated plans to conduct mass deportation raids in Chicago.
We've been out here since 5 in the morning, educating our community, educating our people that they have rights.
Among those canvassing the neighborhood was 22nd Ward Alderperson Michael Rodriguez, who spent the morning passing out informational flyers, instructing people what to say should ICE come knocking.
Wow.
There was, to be sure, little in terms of foot traffic in Little Village today. And while much of that may very well be related to the cold, there is most certainly fear. The executive director of the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights telling us their hotline has been inundated with calls.
From January 1st to January 19th, we saw 800 calls. But on January 20th alone, we saw over 400 calls.
Border Czar Tom Homan saying in an interview on Fox Business today,
The president's been clear, I've been clear, that right out of the gate, we're looking for public safety threats. ICE agents are out there doing that now.
Meanwhile, Governor Pritzker saying the number of people initially targeted, those with criminal records, might be much higher than initially believed.
We have heard that they are targeting as many as 2,000 people initially in the city of Chicago alone.
In Chicago.
Now, well, at least one of those scheduled for today was moved online due to the cold weather. Know Your Rights campaigns appear to be here to stay for the time being, with Pilsen's Perez Elementary School hosting weekly sessions every Tuesday starting next week.
That's just insanity. These people deserve to be in jail. Everybody that's trying to go against what ICE. I got to make sure, not ISIS. ICE is trying to do is definitely justice should come to them ASAP. I wanted to bring this clip to your attention of how radicalized the Democrats really are. Western posted how radicalized has the Democrat Party become on border security and illegal immigration. Watch this clip from Bill Clinton's 1995 SOTO might as well be a Trump speech, he added. Curious.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Honestly, what do y'all want me to say? I'm being for real. Like, come on, dog. That might as well have been a Trump speech. I'm just saying. That speech, comments. That's what we're going to do. Comments. Comment. Oh, what is this? We are simply not to allow people to pull. We got Obama.
The border and to punish employers who. We all agree on the need to better secure the border and to punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
Is that right?
Agree.
Man, you know what? I think we're going to end the video here. You got Obama over here agreeing with Donald Trump. Wow. No wonder they was laughing it up. No wonder they was laughing it up at Carter's funeral. It makes sense now. You know what I mean? We tried to get Biden to push the whole legal immigration thing so we can go ahead and get you up out of there, but it didn't work. He was Trump, I know. You're against it. Obama, I know. Oh my gosh, bro.